Welcome everybody to Headlock Field, where in today's matchup is between the visiting Noble Knights and your Deering Rams. Coming into this, Noble is 3-2 on the season. Their last game was against Falmouth, 5-1 loss. So they're going to look to get back into the win column. But on the season, their wins were against Bonnie Eagle 2-1, South Portland 5-3 in 9 innings, and Sanford 3-1. And their other loss was against Westbrook 3-0. So this team had up and down season, but will look to take advantage of the struggling Deering Rams. They are 0-3. Their last game was a week ago with all these rainouts. So Deering's had some time to think on what adjustments they want to make over the past week. But their last game was against Wyndham. It was a 15-3 defeat in 6 innings. So they're going to look to try to get their first win. But with this Noble team, we'll see what Deering can do. But we'll see who comes out on top between Noble and Deering. And we'll be back for national anthems and the lineups.
At this time, we would ask that you please rise as we honor America and those who defend her with the playing of our national anthem.
And here we go for the top of the first. The starting batting order for Noble, leading off is Devin Place, Connor McCabe, Mason Matthews, Nathan Locke, Dominic Dumont, Chase Dodier, Aiden O'Connor, Adam Dumont, and Devin Ramsey. In the field for Deering in the outfield is Ridge, Coleman, and Jordan. In the infield is Smith, Lawrence, LaChore, and Libby. Behind the plate is Forrest. And the starting pitcher for Deering is number 13, Sam Rank. Here we go. Devin Place at the plate. It's fouled back. It's a beautiful Saturday afternoon.
It's got to be close to 70.
It's in the dirt for ball 1. It's a 1-1 count.
Ooh, that hit him.
That is a leadoff runner hit by pitch, bringing up Connor McCabe.
Yep. Walks and hit batters. You know, you got to make sure those don't come back to haunt you.
So Rank now pitching out of the stretch. It's a low 4-1. And Place took a step towards second, and a throw over by Rank brings them back to first. Place takes off. Forrest will throw down, and the throw is short.
And just like that, a runner in scoring position.
It's a 2-0 count.
That hit him.
That
Jeez. You could, I mean, you could hear it just scuff off the uniform.
And with no outs, Mason Matthews comes up, was talking with the coach at third. And we'll see if there's a sacrifice bunt attempt. Smith, and there is, it's a ball. Smith now in on the infield. It's a, and the throw is over the head of Lachore.
And I wonder if the left fielder lost track of where the base runner was, because he had plenty of time to throw to second.
So Ridge gets the first out, and that brings up Nathan Locke. And there for strike one. The throw was down to third. No one advanced. And a steal. Throw down to third is not in time. And so runners now at second and third.
Yep, double steal.
It's a 1-1 count. And the ball gets by Forrest, and that's going to score a run.
Boy, you talk about manufacturing a run right there. 2 hit batters, a double steal, and then a wild pitch.
So 1 out. Runner at third, and McCabe. It's over the plate for strike 2. It's outside for ball 3.
And infield is in on the grass.
And it's a
Got to watch the runner on first.
So that goes down as a strikeout and wild pitch.
No, that was a walk.
Was
Yep. And we're going to have a mound visit already. So we've had 2 hit batters, a double steal, 2 wild pitches, and 2 runs. Deuce is a wild.
Now with that, number 4, second baseman, Dominic Dumont.
Well, and just like the first game, go ahead, Seth. Sorry.
Dominic Dumont now up. It's over the outside part of the plate for strike 1.
Yeah, and just like the first game, the opposing team has put up some runs in the top of the first inning. That game between Portland and Marshwood.
And that's launched into left. And that's going to be foul.
Yeah, and the runner had taken off on the pitch. If that thing had dropped fair, he would have scored.
So it's an 0-2 count. Nathan Locke at first. And the pitch was high. One and 2 count. And that's another hit by pitch.
Pitcher off to a tough start this afternoon.
Now at bat, center fielder, number 9, Chase Dodier.
So Chase Dodier up now. And it's a bunt. And no one covering third. And so both runners move up.
Yeah, I mean, as we saw earlier, the left fielder not knowing where the runner was, and now the shortstop not covering the bag.
So Noble able to get 2 runs on the board and 2 more runners in scoring position without even registering a hit yet. And Taylor Shore losing it in the sun, able to find it before it got to his glove.
Well, hand-eye coordination right there. He's an all-around athlete.
I mean, he's the starting quarterback for Deering and plays basketball as well. So
Now at bat, number 2, pitcher, Hayden.
3-sport athlete.
Yeah, and he made a tough catch.
And that's fouled off. So it's an 0-2 count. And that's fouled back. Up high for ball 1. It's up high for ball 2. And swing and a miss. The ball was dropped, and Forrest tags O'Connor for the 3rd out. And so an interesting top of the 1st. 3 hit by pitch, 2 wild pitches, and multiple stolen bases, no hits, and Noble has a 2-run lead early. And so after half an inning complete, it's Noble 2, Deering coming up. Here we go for the bottom of the 1st as Noble comes out and warms up. The starting batting order for Deering, leading off is Avery Lawrence. The DH is Zeke Dewweaver, Taylor Shore, Jackson Forrest, Zade Smith, Alex Jordan, Cooper Coleman, Sam Rank, and rounding things out for Deering is Finn Ridge. In the field for Noble, in the outfield is Dumont, Dodier, and Ramsey. In the infield is Locke, Place, Dominic Dumont, and Matthews. Behind the plate is McCabe, and the starting pitcher for Noble is number 2, Aiden O'Connor. Here we go. Avery Lawrence leading things off for Deering. Deering fortunate enough to only be down 2 runs.
Yeah, that was a crazy top of the 1st.
Up high for ball 1. Swing and a miss. It's a 1-1 count. It's a swing and a miss for strike 2. 1-2 count. And swing and a miss. The ball was dropped. McCabe will throw down to Matthews to get the out. So 1 away for Aiden O'Connor. That brings up Zeke Dewweaver.
Number 23, designated hitter, Zeke Dewweaver.
It's outside for ball 1. Swing and a miss.
I think that was going to be a strike anyway. He just couldn't hold up his swing.
And that's going to be a hit by pitch.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to get hurt here.
And Taylor Shore at the plate. Swing and a miss. Evens the count out.
Yeah, that
1-1.
inside pitch. Kind of handcuffed him a little bit.
Swing and a miss for strike 2.
And the pitch is down low, 2-2 count. Here comes the pitch.
It's popped up and caught by Nathan Locke.
Boy, that was an adventure out there. I think at first the pitcher thought he had a chance at it, but the third baseman came all the way from third and on the first base side caught it.
So Jackson Forrest now up with 2 outs. And that runs him off the plate.
Number 3, Captain Jackson Forrest.
That's in there for strike 1. 1-1 count. In the dirt.
Nice stop.
It's a 2-1 count. And swing and a miss for strike 2. And that's over the head of O'Connor. It's fired over by Place, and he gets the out.
Wow, that was a slow developing play for the out. I thought for sure the runner would make it, but he didn't.
And so Deering strands 1 in the bottom of the first. And after 1 complete, it's Noble 2, Deering nothing. Here we go for the top of the second. Adam Dumont leading things off, the 8, 9, and 1 hitter. It's inside for ball 1. And that's ripped towards Smith. Smith will fire over, and it's wide. Adam Dumont will take second on the throw. I would say that's at least an error on the play towards second. Would you say an error on?
Yeah, I don't think the initial ground ball would be an error because he picked it up pretty quick, but I definitely think the throw was.
Ball in the dirt for Devin Ramsey.
Now at bat, number 3, right fielder, Devin Ramsey.
Because if the throw was right on, I think he still had him.
So would you consider that a hit or? And it's a bunt to Sam Rank. Throws over to first.
No, I'd still call it an error, no hit.
Now at bat, number 10, shortstop, Devin Place.
And so that brings the top of the lineup back up. Devin Place got hit by a pitch the last time up. And that one's hit into left field. And it was caught by Ridge. That's going to score another run, so a sacrifice fly for Devin Place. So bases are empty with Connor McCabe also being hit by a pitch.
Now at bat, number 6, catcher, Connor McCabe.
In the dirt for ball 1.
Well, and it's amazing how you can manufacture runs. I mean, Noble's got 3 runs on 2 hit batters and an error.
Yeah, it's so far. And that's going to get to Lawrence. Lawrence will fire over and not in time. So that's the first hit of the game.
At bat, number 15, first baseman, Mason
And
Matthews.
so Mason Matthews up. Lined out to the left fielder. That's in the dirt for ball 1. And McCabe being checked on.
I mean, he's got a pretty good sized lead over there.
And McCabe takes off, and there'll be no throw. And that was a strike, so it's a 1-1 count.
Noble looking to manufacture another run here.
Two and one count. It's a 3-1 count. And Sam Rank issues a walk.
Cripes.
And it was a hit and run. It's Alex Jordan tried to, and the ball is by Forrest, moving over Nathan Locke. So, a series of unfortunate events there for Deering. Alex Jordan slid too early to get the ball. And on the throw, it goes by Jackson Forrest. And so 2 runs are in. So that makes 3 on the inning. And it's Dominic Dumont up.
Yeah, and the batter who got the hit ended up at second. He had to hold up at first. He wasn't quite sure where the ball was going to go.
It was foul tipped. It's a 1-1 count. And that's hit into the gap. That's going to score another run. Dominic Dumont will get a stand-up double.
Yeah, that was a pretty good rip.
So Chase Dodier now at the plate. And Smith will fire over and gets the third out, but not before Noble puts 4 more on the board. And so after 1.5 complete, it's Noble 6, Deering nothing. Here we go for the bottom of the second. 5, 6, and 7 hitter for Deering. Zade Smith leading things off. And that's lined right to Nathan Locke, who picks it off. So a quick out for Noble.
And quick on the glove.
Number 2, right fielder, Alex Jordan.
Well, you can't hit it any harder and not make it to base.
So Alex Jordan now up. Ball in the dirt.
And you couldn't see it on camera, but his teammates were, fist bumping with him because he really did hit that hard.
Well, and it proves why the nickname for the third base is the hot corner. Fouled back. It's a 1-2 count.
Yeah, you really got to be on your toes if you want to be a third baseman.
Especially with Nathan Locke playing on the grass. And that's going to roll up the third base line. He'll fire over, and Locke gets the second out of the inning.
Well, and you mentioned he was playing in on the grass, and that's a perfect example of it paying off right there. Instead of waiting to see where the ball was going to go, fair or foul, he just picked it up and fired over to first.
So that brings up Cooper Coleman in the dirt for ball one. Fouled back. 1-1 count. And that's strike three.
Tough pitch.
And so a 1-2-3 inning for Aiden O'Connor ends the second inning. And after two complete, it's Noble 6, Deering nothing. Here we go for the top of the third. Leading things off is Aiden O'Connor. It's the 7, 8, 9 hitter. One and 0 count. It's popped up. And Rank calls everybody off for the first out.
All right. Nice to see an easy one there.
And that brings up Adam Dumont.
Now with that, number 7, left fielder Adam Dumont.
Inside for ball one. Over the plate for strike one. 1-1 count. And that one's fouled back off of Jackson Force. And the umpire will give him time to get up and stretch out.
Yeah. He took that right off the shin pad or right around the shin pad. Great consideration there by the coach. By the umpire. Did he go?
And it was a ball. And I believe it's a 3-2 count. Now it's a 3-1 count.
He's asking what count it is.
And that one's ripped up the middle for a 1-out single by Adam Dumont. And so that brings up Devin Ramsey. Check on Dumont.
Devin Ramsey.
Dumont takes off. The throw down is going to not be in time. And it's a 1-0 count. In there for strike one. In there for strike two. Outside for ball two. 2-2 count. 1 out. Adam Dumont at second. And that one's hit. Lawrence bobbles it. And everyone's safe. So, and that's going to be an error on Avery Lawrence. Runners on the corners with Devin Place now up. And a timeout by Place. Would not be surprised if Ramsey took off.
He's just got to make sure the pitcher actually throws it. Not being held on at all.
And he takes off. And the throw down to second. That's going to score another run.
Yeah, I think he meant to throw that back to the pitcher, and he just overthrew him. And you can see the catcher for Deering is very ginger on that leg, gingerly acting on that leg.
Two and 0 count. It's a 1-1 count. And that's hit into left. That's going to fall. So Connor McCabe, or Devin Place with the single. Connor McCabe now at the plate. So runners at the corners again. Ball's up high.
Runner not being held on at first.
Up high for ball 2. That's hit in to right center. The runner will tag. That's going to score another run. So a sacrifice fly by Connor McCabe makes it 8-0 Noble. Ball's outside to Mason Matthews.
First baseman, Mason Matthews.
And it looks like to me that, I mean, I could be speaking incorrectly, but Noble's not stealing bases now.
Check on McCabe, or on Place.
I mean, he definitely has a big lead. He may go, but they haven't been.
And gets back in time. Ball in the dirt. Let's see. Two and 0 count. Ball in the dirt. Right down the middle for strike 1.
Ooh.
And that was going to be ball 4 anyway. So that moves Place to second.
Well, and that was good that the daring catcher kept his eyes out on it, because if that had got by him, there would have been runners on first and third.
Number 16, third baseman, Nathan Locke.
And Nathan Locke at the plate. That's over the head of Locke for ball 1.
Yeah, the daring pitcher's starting to struggle here a little bit. No one warming up that I can see.
And that's going to be a blooper
Oh, jeez.
into, they're going to send the runner, and Devin Place scores.
Might as well get your jersey dirty.
Yeah, especially Devin Place, who dove back to first 3 or 4 times there.
And I guess I spoke too soon. Maybe they're going to have a pitch and change. Even though no one's warming up. Let's see what happens.
And the ball was taken away, so we will have a pitching change, and we'll bring you all of that in a moment. And so we're back. So Dominic Dumont at the plate. And that's going to get by Forrest, moving both runners up. Mason Matthews at third now, Nathan Locke at second. And so musical positions for Deering. Everyone's still in the field. Sam Rank moved to right as that pitch comes over the plate for a strike. So 1-1 count to Dominic Dumont. Alex Jordan moves from right to third. Zade Smith goes from third to second. Taylor Shore goes from second to short. And Avery Lawrence is the new pitcher for Deering. A swing and a miss for strike 2. It's a 2-2 count with 2 outs. Fouled back. And that's outside.
Wow.
For ball 3, so full count.
I think Lawrence wanted that call, and Lawrence could have used that call.
And that's dropped. Throw down to first by Forrest. And Deering gets out of the inning. But not before Noble puts 3 more on the board. And so after 2.5 complete, it's Noble 9, Deering nothing. Here we go for the bottom of the third. Leading things off is Sam Rank. Ball 1. Couple changes for fielders. Evan Ballard is in right, and Owen Gray is now at second. It's foul tipped. 1-1 count. On the outside corner for strike 2. Remains a 1-2 count. And that's in there for strike 3.
Yeah, the catcher painted the plate with that one.
And so that brings up Finn Ridge.
Now at bat, number 10, Finn Ridge.
That's inside for ball one. Another inside pitch. Right down the middle for strike one. Swing and a miss for strike two. Two and two count. And it's low and inside, making it a full count. And Ridge gets walked. So 1 out walk by O'Connor. Brings the top of the lineup, Avery Lawrence.
Pitcher, Avery Lawrence.
In there for strike one. Foul tipped for strike two. Outside. And low for ball two. It's 2 and 2 count. And that's hit to Place. Place will fire over to Gray. And no throw by Owen Gray.
Yeah, that was a heads-up move. The batter for Deering hustled up the line and just take the easy out. Don't throw the ball away. Not with a 9-run lead.
And so now 2 outs for Zeke DeWeaver. And that's fouled back.
At bat, for your Rams, number 23, designated hitter, Zeke DeWeaver.
Inside and over DeWeaver's head. 1-1 count. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And that does it for the 3rd inning. Another scoreless inning for Deering. And so after 3 complete, the score remains Noble 9, Deering nothing. Here we go for the top of the 4th. Chase Dodier batting for Noble. 6, 7, and 8 hitters. And that's going to go through Emmett Brady's glove.
Looked like he had a chance on it, but the bottom dropped out.
So I would call that a hit.
Yeah.
And so changes in the field. Now in left field is DeJour Hooks Wayman. And that's a bunt by Aiden O'Connor. And Lawrence gets him out, but moving the runner over.
And it looks like Noble only needs one more run here to make the 10-run rule in effect for next inning. So it looks like they're trying for that here.
And in right field is Dash Newhall, and Emmett Brady, as you heard, is at second now. So Adam Dumont at the plate. And that's going to be fouled. It's an 0-2 count. It's in the dirt. That's going to move over Dodier.
Well, 90 feet away from the 10-run rule.
So anything in the outfield scores that 10th run. And Deering will be down to 6 outs to work with. In the dirt, it's a 2-2 count. And swing and a miss. I thought that was fouled, but
It did. It sounded like it was foul tipped. Unless it went off the glove of the catcher on its way past. But it did sound like something happened.
Now at bat, number 8, right fielder, Evan Ballard.
Evan Ballard now batting. That's going to get to Emmett Brady, and not in time. So that scores the 10th run on the RBI single.
Well, and that was pure hustle right there. Because he made it by a step.
So that brings up Devin Place as he fouls it.
Now at bat, number 10, shortstop, Devin Place.
And Devin Place has now batted in every single inning so far.
And what has he done?
Hit by pitch, a sacrifice fly, and a single. And that one is going to get over to Hooks Wayman. And that ends the top of the fourth. And so, but Noble adds one more to make it 10-run rule in effect. And so after 3.5 complete, it's Noble 10, Deering nothing.
Now at bat for Deering, number 6, David Latour.
And here we go for the bottom of the fourth as Braden Ludka in left gets the out, quick out.
Yeah, just in the game. First pitch, hit right to you, make the catch.
And so Braden Ludka at now in left. Adam Dumont is in center. And Carl Gregoire is at first. That brings up Jackson Forrest. Deering down to 5 outs to score a run. And that's a good start. Forrest will try to go 2. The throw is not in time. So 1 out double by Jackson Forrest.
Great hustle. Well, and as we saw the Red Sox the other night, the Red Sox right fielder hit a bloop to right field, and as he rounded first base, he saw the right fielder not hustle, and he made it to second.
And we're going to get a...
Number 9, Emmett Brady.
And number 10's coming in to run.
Courtesy runner number 10, Finn Ridge.
And so Finn Ridge will run for Jackson Forrest.
Well, he's headed back. Not quite sure what's going on. The umpire... No, they're changing it. Number 24 is coming in. And he's got to go to second base. Maybe because Finn Ridge was...
Courtesy runner number 24, Will Jordan.
So Will Jordan will be running for Jackson Forrest. So Emmett Brady at the... And I'm wondering if it's because Finn Ridge got taken out of the game. Swing and a miss for strike 1.
I mean, that could be because he's already been in and out. So he's off the list to return.
Yeah, because you see a lot of times if they want to keep you in the game, they'll switch you to a different position. But he got taken out completely. So I'm assuming he was ineligible to return.
Well, and that's an umpire knowing the game.
And bunt is foul.
I mean, these umpires have to know and remember so much.
And it's a 2-2 count.
Because a little thing like that, could have an impact on a play or something.
And swing and a miss for strike 3. So that's 2 outs in this half inning. Bringing up Alex Jordan.
Now at bat, number 2, third baseman, Alex Jordan.
And that's popped up in the infield. Locke will track it down and get the third out of the inning. And so it was a stranded runner in Will Jordan. And Deering will be down to 3 outs in their at-bats. But after 4 complete, it's still Noble 10, Deering nothing. Here we go for the top of the 5th. Leading things off is Connor McCabe. Noble will have 2, 3, and 4 hitters. In there for strike 1. Strike 2. 0-2 count. Up high for ball 1. And just out of the strike zone for ball 2. Up high for ball 3. So Connor McCabe battles back. And that one's ripped into left center. Leadoff single by Connor McCabe, bringing up Carl Gregoire.
Now at bat, number 11, Carl Gregoire.
In the air for strike 1. It's 0-1 count. Outside for ball 1. It's a 1-1 count. That's popped up. Hook Swayman will call off LaChore for the first out.
Well, and that was a good call off so that, the ball didn't drop between 2 players. So heads up play by the left fielder.
And so that brings up Nathan Locke.
Communication on a ball like that is ever so important.
Right down the middle for strike 1. Down the middle for strike 2. And for Deering, if they want to stay in this game, they can't let up any more runs. And that's going to be picked up by Brady. He'll fire over to first. And just barely getting Nathan Locke.
That was close. No argument with the first base coach. And, and on a play like that with the, 10-0, I don't think you're going to get an argument.
Yeah, if it was a one-run game, maybe.
Good sportsmanship right there. Just let it go, whatever it is. If it's that close, right now it's not that important.
And Owen Gray now at the plate. And he's out of the baseline.
You could hear the umpire all the way up here. Oh, gosh. You know, and I even think the runner totally knew what he was doing. He just didn't want to get tagged.
And so that goes down as a five unassisted. And so that's the third out. And Deering keeps it a clean inning. And so after 4.5 complete, it's still Noble 10, Deering nothing. Here we go for potentially Deering's last at-bats. Leading things off is Cooper Coleman.
Yeah, they need at least one run to keep this game going.
Outside for ball one. It's in there for strike one. It's a 1-1 count.
And, you know, if they score a run, that's kind of okay. It's nice and sunny, 70 degrees outside.
It's pop foul. One and two count. Outside for ball two. And swing and a miss for strike three. So Deering now down to their last two outs. Swing and a miss.
Now with that, number 25, Dash Newhall.
And Dash Newhall at the plate. It's outside for ball one. So 1-1 count. Fouled back. One and two count. And it's a foul off of Newhall.
Yeah, if you've ever been hit in the shin by a hard baseball, you don't forget that feeling.
Fouled back.
Well, and Newhall battling here with the pitcher. On deck batter had the other baseball. Now he can't get it out of his back pocket. There we go.
Swing and a miss for strike 3.
Oh, and then he's got another one. Are we going to have a pitching change? Huh. I mean, he struck out 2 batters, and we got a visit to the mound. This is interesting. I wonder.
Yeah, it looks like there's going to be a change.
Wow.
It could be pitch count.
Oh, that's true.
Pretty sure you can only pitch a certain amount. And so we'll be back as the new pitcher warms up. And we're back. And so Adam Dumont moved back to left field. Aiden O'Connor is done pitching, is in center. And Braden Ludke now pitching with DeJour Hooks Wayman at the plate. It was a swing and a miss on the first pitch. In there for strike 2. So Deering down to their last strike. In the dirt for ball 1. It's a 1-2 count.
It looked like a pitch he's trying to work on because it went about 56 feet instead of 60.
And that's going to hit him. So a 2-out base runner, which brings the top of the lineup back up. Avery Lawrence.
Well, not what Noble wanted to see. Because now you've put the run on first base that could make this game extend if he scores.
It's in there for ball. It's on the outside. Two and 0 count. Up high for ball 3.
Well, with 2 outs, this could get interesting.
And a 4-pitch walk. So 2 runners on now with 2 outs. And Zeke DeWeaver now up.
Well, he struck out the first 2 batters, and now he's having a little difficulty.
Now at bat, number 23, designated hitter, Zeke DeWeaver.
And so Aiden O'Connor, and that's going to be a hit. And that's going to extend the game. So Aiden O'Connor struck out the first 2 batters, got taken out, and now a run scored. And that's a fire over by Locke for the 3rd out. And so Deering scores the run to keep themselves in the game. And so after 5 complete, it's Noble 10, Deering 1. Here we go for the top of the 6th. First pitch is a strike. And that one is through the glove of LaChore, and is Braden Ludke is safe. And so that will be an error charge to LaChore.
And we're going to have a base runner, number 9.
It's number 9.
Now we might see a steal.
And Chase Dozier.
Because I'm thinking Noble thought they had this 10-run ruled, and Darren said, no, I don't think so.
And there's the steal, and no, he's not going. I believe that was a strike on the pitch. And a hit and run. And that's fair.
Oh,
And that's going to move the runner all the way. Dodier to third.
yeah, I mean, he had to wait on that because it was that close. Because if he had taken off, he would have definitely scored, but if the right fielder had caught it, he would have definitely been out.
And so no outs. Runners on the corners.
I mean, that ball was just out of reach of the right fielder.
And so Aiden O'Connor gets a base hit. He is in line for the win. And he takes off.
Oh,
It's
my
going to be
goodness.
a
You got to be kidding me.
suicide squeeze, and he's out. So a small ball being played by Noble to get this 10-run rule back in play.
Wait a minute. If this was hockey, that was a high stick. Because he reached up for that bunt. I don't know if you could have planned that one any better.
Up high.
Now at bat, right fielder, number 8, Evan Ballard.
You never see someone bunt a ball that high up.
So Evan Ballard at the plate, a wild pitch. Will move the insurance runner to third.
Well, Darren got themselves back into the game, and now they're back out of it again on the 10-run rule.
Down the middle for strike one. It's a 2-1 count. It's ball 3. And in there for strike 2. 3-2 count. Fouled back to stay alive. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So 2 outs.
We're going to have a mound visit.
And there's going to be a pitching change. And we'll make sure that there is. And we're going to have a pitching change, and so we'll sort out all the changes in a moment. And we're back. And so only 2 changes. It was a switch. Avery Lawrence went back to shortstop, and Taylor Shore is now in pitching.
Now at bat for Noble, number 10 shortstop, Devin Place.
So Devin Place at the plate. It's in there for strike 1. In the dirt, it's a 1-1 count.
Nice stop by the catcher. So Darren has gone through quite a few pitches today.
And the third base coach having to skip out of the way on that foul.
Yeah, I'm not sure what kind of dance that was. It was pretty funky over there.
Inside for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs with Aiden O'Connor. And that ball is going to be ripped. And it's Lawrence who fields the ball but can't throw it over to first cleanly. So that's going to be an error on Avery Lawrence, which gives Noble the insurance run to keep the 10-run rule. So now Deering has to score 2 in the bottom of the 6th. And Connor McCabe is now at the plate with Devin Place at second as it's fouled back. One and one count. And that's popped up in shallow outfield. The wind blows it, and Newhall couldn't catch it. So that's a stand-up double by Connor McCabe. So Deering now has to score 3 runs to stay in this.
Now at bat for Noble, number 11 first baseman, Carl Gregoire.
Well, and we've been here since 9 this morning. This is our second game. And the wind has finally changed to a different direction. I think it's gone in all 4 directions today.
And it's Deering has to score 2 runs to stay in this. Oh no, it is 3 because it's a 12.
Well, when you get this many runs, you know,
It's a 1 and 2 count. And the ball is a wild pitch moving McCabe.
well, if you ever saw that movie Bull Durham, when the new pitcher came in and he threw the ball and he hit the mascot that was like 20 feet to the left of home plate, that was it.
And strike 3 is called. And so Carl Gregoire goes down on a strike. And so Noble adds 3 to their tally. So after 5.5 complete, it's Noble 13, Deering 1. Here we go for the bottom of the 6th. Jackson Forest leading things off for Deering. And Devin Place comes in to relief pitch as it's fouled back. Chase Dodier is at short now. And that dropped in there for strike 2.
Wow. Oh, after a long day, this Darren player is probably like, really? You going to throw that pitch now?
And it's hit to Dozier. Gets his first action at short and fires over to get the first out. And Noble, with 2 outs left, has room for error. Not like the 5th inning.
And we don't mean like a playing error, but just they've built up enough space on the 10-run rule.
Now at bat number 9, Emmett Brady.
So Emmett Brady at the plate. And that drifts foul. 1-1 count. And that goes in the gap between third and short.
Well, you know, Darren's not going. They may not win this game, and I say that lovingly. They may not win this game, but they're not going quietly.
Now at bat for the Deering Rams, number 2, Alex Jordan.
It's in there for strike 1 to Alex Jordan. Outside, 1-1 count. And that one's hit into right field where Evan Ballard tracks it down for the second out. So Deering now down to their last out.
And we know what happened last half inning, at the bottom of the last inning, with 2 outs.
And Cooper Coleman it's ball 1. It's on the outside corner of the plate for strike 1. It's a 1-1 count. Emmett Brady at first. Outside for ball 2. And that's hit between the first and second baseman.
Well, Darren's making some noise again with 2 outs.
And Dash Newhall at the plate. And they're on the outside corner for strike 1. And
Well, if you had the over-under of 330 to be at the lake, I think you're going to lose that bet.
1-0 count. There's 1-1 count, sorry. Ball in the dirt. 2-1 count. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Deering down to their last strike. And in the dirt for ball 3. And everyone will be moving on the pitch. And ball 4.
So they need what? 3 runs to keep the game going? They're all on base.
And DeJour hooks Wayman.
He's looking for a sign. I think the sign from the coach is hit the ball someplace where someone isn't standing to either stop it or catch it. Very simple sign.
And on the outside corner for strike 1. That drops over for strike 2. Stays alive on the foul. And swing and a miss. And it wouldn't matter. There was a runner at first, and that is the end of this game.
But Darren made it interesting again.
And so, yeah, I mean, as we get the handshakes, Deering with another tough game.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you look at it, and the only inning that Noble didn't score was the 5th inning. But other than that, they scored 2, 3, or 4 runs most of the innings in this game to equal up to that 13. And you know, it was just a lot of hits for Noble.
Well, in the beginning of the game, they had most of their runs with no hits. And when you get that many hit by pitches in the first inning and you put yourself behind the 8 ball, it's hard to come back from.
Yeah, I mean, they did gift a lot of runs, early runs to this Noble team. And when you're playing from behind, that gives the other team, the ability to, just try out new pitches, play a little bit more looser. And when you can play loose, you tend to not make mistakes, you tend to hit better, you tend to field better, and that all worked against Deering today.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's the little things that get you in trouble in baseball. Not fielding cleanly, if you hit batters, walks.
Yeah.
The miscommunication in the outfield with that out and not throwing it to second with the runner halfway to third. It's the little things that when you make multiple of them and they add up, and that happens to be the 13-1 loss Deering had.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even making errors. It's just knowing where, when you're playing defense, knowing where everybody is on the bags and knowing how many outs there are and what you're capable of getting people out when the ball comes to you. So you're right. It is the little things. And, at this level, everybody's still learning. I mean, there's very few high school baseball players, especially in Maine. I mean, in some other states, by the time kids make it to 12th grade, they might as well be minor leaguers. But here, everyone's still learning because the limited play all year round is limited.
Yeah, especially with winter, and there's not too many places that you can play all year round.
And actually play. You can play indoors, but it's not the same.
And another factor in today's game was the wind. The wind was definitely one of those things where if you're not accounting for it, the ball will drift far away from you, and there was a lot of missed opportunities to get outs.
Well, and you're right. I mean, and the one thing different about playing here at Hadlock is it's a bowl on one end. You have the winds blowing differently on the field than they are coming over the top of the stadium. So if you were to play at pretty much any other high school field in the state, you're going to play with a few bleachers behind home plate, and it's flat. And so you get a more truer feel for the way the ball goes up and comes back down. So there's a lot of tricks to playing at this field, and you can see it sometimes when we come to Sea Dogs games what happens. So if you're not used to that either, that's going to crop up.
And so the final score in this one, Deering loses 13-1 to Noble. Saying so long. This has been a production of WPPS TV3 Portland Public Schools. Saying good night.
Thank you very much for watching.